All right, guys, here we are in Daybreak, and down at the bottom of the map is our last foreign player in the tournament from Sweden. It is Mao's ThorZaIN. And up at the top of the right part of the map in the blue, from the team NS Hosa, it is none other than GSL Championship. GSL champion. He did win a championship. It's Jjakji.
And the ThorZaIN throwing out the good. Have fun there. It was just GHF. So no luck, just good. Good. Have fun. All right, so let's see here what both these players are going to opt for on this map. It's a pretty long walk distance. It can lead itself to very long macro games, but we've certainly seen our fair share of proxy marauder builds and such lately, so we could be in store for some cheese if these players decide to go down that route.
Yeah, certainly possible. I mean, ThorZaIN and, well, ThorZaIN and Jjakji, yeah, both of them not opposed to doing things a little bit cheesy from time to time, and it's been a while since we've had a TVT series that did not involve a Marauder Rush, at least one game. So, yeah, I'd say it's a good chance we'll see something like that in this series. Maybe not right away, but there's a gas first for Jjakji, so looks like it's going to be some heavy tech from at least one of our Terran players here.
ThorZaIN deciding to put down barracks first. We'll see if he goes for gas after that or opts for a little bit greedier one Rax gasless fast expands. Now we've seen Jjakji utilize an amazing array of builds over not just this tournament but also tournaments past. Of course, he had a rematch against Leenock in Team Arena Challenge when they went up against FXO in the lower brackets, and ended up doing a crazy dual port Banshee build to really throw Leenock off. So we'll see if he has something equally crazy planned, what he's going to end up here in just a bit.
Yep. Yeah, fairly normal openings from both of these guys, really. I mean, gas first is not terribly crazy, but it just kind of gives you a little indication about what they're going to go for. A little bit quicker just means a little bit faster factory. Now, Daybreak is a pretty large map, so, you know, we have also seen a lot of pretty awesome macro games. In fact, I believe it was, who was it? MC versus Top. Actually, not MC, MVP versus Top was one of the best TVTs I've ever seen on this map. That was the one that ended with MVP doing like a huge ghost Thor drop in the main base and nuking a bunch of times at once. Yeah, just some crazy TVTs sometimes on this map. It tends to get split down the middle from time to time.
Yeah, it can. It definitely can. A lot of the fight will revolve around these pocket expansions as well if we get into a super late game scenario.
Yep.
Especially because in some circumstances, I don't know if this is, I think they altered it, so you can't nuke across, but maybe you can on this version. I'm not actually sure offhand.
You probably, I think you still can. I don't think they're too worried about that because it's such a rare occurrence. It's not worth, you know, making any changes on the map over.
Yeah.
And if you build your buildings that close to the edge anyway, you deserve to be nuked.
Huh. Well, it is going to be Banshees coming out here for Jjakji, it appears, unless he swaps the factory on this. No, okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. Banshees coming up of the one gas variety, so no cloak going to be in store. ThorZaIN is going for a double gas one base build, though, so he is going to have a ton of gas built up here soon. Yeah,
we'll have to see what he decides to do. It could easily be Cloak Banshees for ThorZaIN, just a little bit slower version than his opponent is going for. And I don't believe that Jjakji is going for Cloak.
No.
We'll have to see. Well, he might be, but we'll have to see. Oh, never mind. I was looking at ThorZaIN's resources. Wow. No. Pull together. I'm distracted by the pandas on Jjakji's buildings. That's what's happening.
They are cute, I will tell you that. So, but
it's hiding. Oh, that's the cutest thing.
No, you're looking at me. Go
pandas
away.
Peeking out of there. Kind of looks like Bjorn's dog too, a little bit. Yep. I don't know if he's going to be at IPL 4.
Well,
Bjorn or the dog.
Prime makes it out. Maybe we'll see him, but
I was talking mostly about the dog.
Oh, mostly the dog. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, well, the player goes, whatever.
We'll see.
Not worried about him.
They could bring 6 players and Bjorn's dog. He's their ace.
I think that's a pretty good ace, actually. So,
Cloak Banshee's coming out for ThorZaIN. First Banshee for Jjakji already on the way, but it won't have Cloak with it. He does have a good amount of units aggressively positioned to do damage to ThorZaIN's Marines as well, to try to make that Banshee, you know, that much more effective, I guess you could say.
Sure. And we'll see, is he preparing with any sort of detection back at home? No, he is not. Going to swap off that starport to move into something else here in just a second. Oh, ThorZaIN runs out and sees a huge amount of Hellions and Marines, and it looks like that is go time for Jjakji. He's going to make his way in, and there's not all that much here for ThorZaIN, trying to do as much damage as he can. Now we have a Banshee behind. The cloaked Banshee for ThorZaIN isn't even out yet.
Oh, man, yeah. This is a rough spot for ThorZaIN here. He doesn't have any Marines out right now to defend. He just has that one Banshee. And that Banshee will be able to kill the Marines and clean things up, but not before. It looks like he loses supply depot. Actually, Jjakji not paying attention with those Marines there.
Yeah, it looks like both those supply depots are going to go down, though, and that's pretty devastating for ThorZaIN. He was starting a Viking right after this. He's going to need to do something to combat against this Banshee. Taking a look at things, he is still tight on workers, hasn't lost too much in the grand scheme of things. Will stop the construction on this command center here in just a bit. No, actually, Jjakji bypassing this, just moving on. And
repair party.
Yeah. Jjakji, unfortunately, not putting up any sort of anti-air, though, and this Cloaked Banshee could do some damage.
That Banshee did, for Jjakji, that Banshee did a lot of damage.
Yeah,
10 kills on that, plus he killed 2 supply depots. Not a bad push here, but ThorZaIN's Cloaked Banshee is ready to try to do some damage of its own, and
there is a Viking out.
Scan.
I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, he actually called down a mule just a second ago, so it's going to be a few more seconds before that actually does pop up. So ThorZaIN stealing himself quite a few kills as well. Wow. His Banshee has gotten 13 kills, but it is going to go down.
Man, I did not expect that to do so much damage. A little bit of a mistake by Jjakji to throw down that mule. I think he underestimated the amount of time it was going to be before his other command center had energy for a scan. So really, when it's all said and done, ThorZaIN with a slight supply lead. And overall, I feel like ThorZaIN came out just slightly better in that engagement. You know, he lost less gatherers overall, it seems like.
All right, well, he's continuing with his Banshees, and Jjakji, on the other hand, is actually making a Raven now. Assist in detection, and that will come in handy later on in the game as well. ThorZaIN, though, moving out with a few Marines and a Hellion, and his production is pretty good. He's getting up a couple more barracks to eventually swap into that Marine tank Banshee Marine tank medevac phase. He's just going to make one more Banshee now, and it looks like it is already out, making its way across the map.
Yep. That's right. So, you know, ThorZaIN, if he's careful with this, he doesn't necessarily need to do damage with it. It's better to just kind of poke in here and there, get a couple of kills, and then get away before it dies. It's something that he can come back and be constantly annoying with for quite a while if he plays it really safe.
Now, the engineering bay is already down for Jjakji, but he's just used it to put up a couple of missile turrets for now. ThorZaIN, on the other hand, does have his finishing up, but doesn't look like he's as concerned about the missile turrets for now. Whoa! Has to watch out there.
Yep, I finds a sweet spot where the missile turret can't hit him there.
Yep, but unfortunately he can't hit anything else, so he backs away.
Yep, only a recruit. Oh, well.
All right.
Always the recruit, never the commander.
Yes. Well, we'll see here as how ThorZaIN wants to follow this up, as he is producing a fair bit of bio units for now, sitting on 2 tech labs, but of course just double producing his upgrades. Eventually those will become reactors and such later on in the game. But ThorZaIN does have that reactor starport as well, and Banshee has to watch out, doing a little bit of damage with the Viking as well, but it looks like it's finally going to die, so pretty big loss there for ThorZaIN.
Yeah, trying to do some damage in Jjakji's main base with that Banshee, but its time is certainly limited. Ooh, no turrets in the main. He was counting on that Raven, but the Raven is a bit out of position right now.
Oh, ThorZaIN, you got to control. He's going after the ones that are inside of the gas, and he hasn't actually killed any of them yet. There, finally, he does some damage.
Right. Oh, Raven shows up, and it looks like that Banshee's days are numbered. Yeah, there it goes. So getting a couple kills, but overall, you know, ThorZaIN still, well, things about even. ThorZaIN's killed more workers, but he's lost a few more units.
Yeah.
In return.
ThorZaIN up by a lot of workers, but down in army right now, so we'll see if Jjakji's push is going to get anything done here, if it's going to have to eventually move back home. Looks like he's trying to lead those forces into a defensive position for Jjakji, but ThorZaIN not going to take the bait for now.
Yep. He's like the smartest fish in the pond. He's not going to just go for any pretty lure. He wants a real live worm.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get it, though. The problem is that he characteristically is starting siege mode way, way, way late, and he doesn't have that anywhere near finished. It's still going to be another 35 seconds before it actually gets done.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of a tough spot. Oh, he does pick off the Viking. Almost gets the Raven, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's going to slow things down a little bit for Jjakji here, but he's just being so aggressive with these Marines. Here come the SCVs.
Yeah, SCVs pulled off the line, but unfortunately they're not going to buffer too much damage because the Marines were actually up the front. Now they're finally filtering through, but it looks like Jjakji just has too much here. There's the GG.